Okay, so everybody's here, and then the microphone's on, and the cameras are on.
Yeah.
And then we're like, hello and welcome to Start the Beat, the show where we blah 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 blah. Hello and welcome to Start the Beat, the show where we highlight the past, present, and future of the Pittsburgh music scene. I am your host, Brian Sykes-Howe, and today, joining me, the one and only God Hates Unicorns. Make some noise for the internet. Woo! Really excited to have you all here. Thanks so much. And that's all the energy that I have, so I hope you motherfuckers can pick this conversation up.
You told us we had to be here.
That was mandatory.
Yeah, you didn't give us a choice.
Well, we'll talk to the management later about all that. So, returning to the show, God Hates Unicorns. And the whole family is here. This is the biggest podcast I have done in this new space.
Outstanding.
And at the time that we are releasing this episode, this is kind of like a season finale for the show.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot on your plate.
Saving the best for last.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess we may as well just get this out of the fucking way so we don't have to talk about it too much. You're a best something, aren't you?
We are. I'm glad that you mentioned this. We're the best rock band in all of Pittsburgh.
We won first place.
First place. Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
First place, fuckers.
First fucking place.
You ain't shit sunny days.
We're still not sure how it happened, but it somehow happened.
I know how it happened.
How did it happen?
Do tell.
Everybody voted for us.
Everybody.
We don't know why, but they did.
Yeah,
And
That's
that's more my
That's what happened.
my angle.
It's because we're the best.
Yes.
There you go.
Undeniably.
It's because people think we're the best.
And now I
'Cause we
have a
are.
plaque.
We are the best.
Yes.
We all have that
I have
plaque.
this plaque to prove that we're the best.
We're all going to move into your house so we can all have the plaque.
That's right.
Well, congratulations to all of you for
Thank you.
Thank
the
you.
effort. And it is, I would say that it is a, while I may have my own personal feelings about the logistics of the Pittsburgh City paper and why they run this sham, I do think that your
Web
band
traffic.
does deserve to win. An award.
Email addresses.
Thank you.
I really do
you so
like your
much.
band. You're good songs, great performers, good people. Nothing else matters as far as
Thank
I'm
you so
concerned.
much.
And that's like an award all in of itself, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, you have the more reputable Brian said I'm a nice person award from Start the Beat podcast.
Do you have a
Do
plaque?
we get a plaque? Yeah.
It's in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah. So now as we try to get this shit show back on the tracks a bit here, God Hates Unicorns has been a band for a while. I guess I'll start with Josh here because this is kind of your fault in some degree, right?
I'll take some responsibility. Not full responsibility, but I will take some.
Yeah, and over the years, things have happened. People have come, people have gone, but now the lineup of the band is arguably probably like the strongest that I think it's been, and I could say that because I'm an outsider. I mean, I'm sure you would probably say the same thing too because like you're an asshole, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love everyone we've worked with over the years to death. But right now, it's like super comfortable. We're like, it's a very refreshing, reviving kind of lineup we have now. And, over the last, how many years and how many months, it's just been a nice little change up.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also fun to see some people in the room that may be new to the band, but are old to me, looking at you, Chris.
He's pretty old.
I've known this son of a bitch for a really long time.
Real long.
And this is actually the first time you've ever been on my show
It
in
is.
any capacity. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
In terms of your experience being in this band over the past, has it been a year?
About a year,
About a year?
About October, November
Yeah.
is when she and I joined.
What's it been like for you?
It's awesome. I didn't know what it was going to be like, but it's just getting better and better every show, every song that we do. Like, it just keeps getting better. and I didn't even know what it was going to be at first. It was weird to like say yes to, because what I knew of what it was previously, I didn't think it made sense for what I knew of myself, but what I previously knew of them, if it was going to like mean anything. But then I just came and tried it out. And what, Jess, wasn't our first practice the same one?
It was.
Yeah.
Actually.
And so I didn't know you. I didn't know you or what you were like, and I didn't really know you yet. I knew I didn't know you. Yeah. I just knew you. And so I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I'm there like doing like drop A metal stuff, but then they told me I could still come do that here. So we're doing that, and then all kind of other stuff too. So there's not really like a limit or like constraints on it. And that's something I really enjoy about it, because you shouldn't like pigeonhole yourself. And a lot of times before, I always would. Like, me and my buddies would start a band and go, it's going to be this, and we're only going to make stuff that's exactly like this. And then after you make like 5 of those songs, you're like, well, I guess that's run its course. But
it's fucking boring.
It is. It is boring.
Yeah, and he knew us back from whenever we were like a noise rock.
Yeah.
Like the three of us just like really alienating the audience.
Oceans would play with them, and it seemed like Josh's goal was to just get the whole crowd to leave, and he would succeed pretty often.
Succeeded.
And I'd be like, Josh, all those people were going to buy my t-shirt, but they all left. Yeah. But now it's like so much different, and it's just, there's so much positivity here that I can't like even like gush about it enough, to be honest. For real.
So it was funny.
Up.
Chris walks into the first practice. He hasn't set up anything, hasn't played a note, and goes, hey, what's up? What's everybody's name, and tell me something funny about you.
Okay.
It was like such a corporate
dude?
icebreaker.
Who's this guy, man?
Then we did Trust Falls.
But it was a good icebreaker. It was a good icebreaker.
Cool, thanks.
It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, whenever I think Josh, you had told me or asked me if I knew Chris.
Yeah.
And had said, asked me what I knew about him, if you like, do I think he'd be a good fit or something like that? Mm-hmm. And I was like, of course.
Yeah, you're one of the biggest reasons why he's here.
Okay.
Because he was in our heads already, but then I hung out with you that one night, and I was like, Chris, what do you think? And you're like, that's perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it made sense to me because like I knew, or at least I had an idea of what I thought you were trying to do with the band. Mm. And from what I've known from Chris, just like playing in so many different bands over the years, I've always known that you're somebody that isn't like into one kind of music.
Right.
You just like, if you're into one kind of music, it's just like fun rock. Mm-hmm. You just want to do something where you could do fun guitar parts with fun people.
Yeah.
And it just made sense to me.
Yeah, because you knew after like from a certain point, like me, like the more like metal years, but before then it was like a lot of horror punk, like a lot of that kind of stuff back in the day, and like all that, like new metal too, though, and like, but all that kind of melds into this now, and I'm just going, it's nice to finally be able to play freely, like how I just express myself musically without putting like, again, any constraints on it. And then I don't know, like how he was saying, we met up at Permani Brothers, which it was freaking good. The waitress hated our guts though. We were so nice to her. But he looked at me across the table after giving me the whole spiel, and I was still like real on the fence. And he told me, Brian, put your name in the hat. And he said, and I think it's made for a match made in hell. And like I never forgot those words whenever I was walking out of there, and like driving home, I was just like, I like can't not do this. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be not a pain in the ass. It's just gonna be nice, and we're gonna rock. It's been a no-brainer ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
so thanks for that.
Oh, of course. You're welcome, Josh. Don't say I never did nothing nice for you.
Here's the other part too, is I wasn't sure what it was even gonna be like at the first show, but then you came. We were all in our PJs, and you like lounged. Lay down in front of the stage.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And I was just like, all right, now is I guess the perfect time to kick a stack of chairs onto Jess on like her birthday or whatever.
I didn't know what was happening.
I didn't either.
There's something happening on top of me.
Something like that happens at every show.
So Chris and Jess Do we do just two?
Yeah, you
Jess?
can call me just the younger.
Bass Jess.
Bass Jess?
Yeah, I think bass Jess. I think
Second Jess.
Josh's son calls me old Jess now. That's what I said.
So it's like we're medieval knights, like just the elder and just the younger, and I'm okay with that. If you're okay with that,
I'm fine with that.
it's just a timeline thing.
Well, we'll go with bass Jess right now. So the two of you started the same day, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. We did. We were both. I talk about us like we were some sort of stray animals, like we were adopted at the same time, and it was magic. Yeah, it's one of those. I know, like everyone that I've talked to recently is probably sick of hearing me say this story, but so me and other Jess, main Jess.
I thought she
Jess
changed
the
her
elder.
name.
Old Jess.
Old
Oh,
Jess.
Jess.
We've known each other since childhood, and throughout our lives have come in and out of each other's lives. And just so happens, I want to say I was coming back from Cocktails of the Crypt with some other friends last October, and it was when you got your last city paper. Wow, you're on the cover. I was like, holy shit, that's so fucking cool. I was like, when we were kids, I didn't know you were musical, and I dabbled, but
I didn't know either.
yeah, we were all just fucking around being, unhinged together, and it was great. But now as adults, I'm like, that's so fucking cool. I'm like, I'm going to message her and say, hey, congrats. That's fucking rad to see you on City Paper. And we started this conversation, and somehow I found out that other members had quit, and I'd been retired from bass for like 7 years. At this point, I stopped calling myself a musician because it's like, you retired that. You played in bands, mostly punk and like metal genres prior. But Jess was like, hey, why don't you come and try out? I was like, let me see about that. And so I'm like probably at least 70% bullshit on my bass skills. But you know what? Since playing with Chris, he's really elevated my playing. Like being with this band, I'm doing shit I never thought I'd do before, and it's awesome. And I'm having the best time. I don't know about you guys. I'm having a really fun time with you.
I'm having a blast. Yeah, it's okay. Fun.
Yeah, it's such a psycho way that we reconnected though, because I actually wasn't sure. It was such a cool conversation, and I was kind of buzzed, and I think you were kind of buzzed.
I was drinking.
We're like, did I have like a drunk dream that I talked to an old friend?
Yeah, I had to look at my message history and be like, did this happen?
Thank God it was typed out. Yeah, because I was like, did we make plans? Did I commit to something? And it was like, yes, you did. So then we met up, and Josh decided I wasn't too horrible, and he let me join too, and they adopted me. And then Chris and I played together.
Actually, we came to
magic.
MySpace night that night.
Yeah, that's right. We had a dance party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't go to that. Hey, it's not every day you wake up in the morning and check your drunk messages and you're like, I guess I joined the #1 rock and roll band in the
Apparently,
fucking
that's
city.
how Jess and I make a lot of life choices.
Last night.
I make most of them.
This happened a few times, but this was definitely by far the best drunk conversation I think I've had in my entire fucking life. So, I mean, here we are.
I'm so happy. And I'm so happy you're here. I had a stress dream the other day.
Oh.
That you quit. I get these stress dreams, and it was
that's
so
right.
upsetting. So that should be a testament to how much I like you.
I think it's just past trauma from the last years. You hit a certain level of things, and people were
Just a
like,
lot of
bye.
trauma.
I'm not gonna forsake you. I'm not gonna leave you, girl.
It was
We've
nice
known each
playing
other
with
for
you.
more than half our lives. Yeah, apparently.
fun
I was
while it
like, is
lasted,
this
Jess.
an interesting way of making me quit? Am I fired? That's like a way.
We're here for
Actually,
It's a great group text.
if we do fire anybody, it will be on a podcast.
That would be awesome. If you
definitely have to
can
do
make
what we
it
do.
public and
Yeah,
make
if we're in a
it
public setting,
really,
yep.
really entertaining. If you do so, make it entertaining.
Kick you off stage.
I won't
on
be
a
mad.
podcast, something like that.
Yep.
And then
okay.
Brian does the boo.
Yes, as long as there's sound effects. If you break up with me, make sure there's sound effects. Thank you.
So now, as a unit, this came together at I think a pretty interesting time for the band as an outsider, because as Bass Jess had mentioned, City Paper and all this stuff, a lot of good momentum for the band. Mm-hmm. And then inconveniences happen where it's the band is in a position where it might not be working in the way that it had been.
Yeah.
But, you find new people and you start getting stuff together, making it work. What's up with the band right now? What are you guys doing now? Because it could take some time to get back on the ball. You know what I mean?
We just started writing in the last few months, and it's been
We are banging out songs.
like
We are
it's
banging out
insane.
songs.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the fastest writing process I've ever done with anybody ever my entire life. It's kind of insane, actually, how much we have. Like, can I say, like, almost half an album's worth of material? I think.
Yeah, just about. I've never seen anyone get back on balls faster than this current lineup. I'll say that.
So
I will say it is, even just like the concept of auditioning a guitar player and a bass player at the same time and like finding the people that you needed so quickly. My question, I'm not saying that I, am like a higher power type of guy, but does God really hate unicorns?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate them that much.
You put up with them.
we credit our luck to Satan.
I mean, they're all right. Yes, I was calling myself God.
I know. We get the joke.
It's not much of a joke, though. That's the joke.
So you're on like a really good productivity train right now with getting ideas for new songs together. And I'm curious, what do you think has maybe changed from before in terms of that productivity? Is it like the new people? Is it trying new different kinds of like new approaches to songwriting? What has it been that's like helping it move along for you guys?
I don't think the songwriting has changed because I always address writing a song in this particular way. Basically meaning, give me what you got and we'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, we'll all agree it doesn't work. But for previous members, it just kind of got stale. There was no ideas anymore, really. It kind of hit a wall. So with Chris and Jess coming, and Jess has as many ideas as Chris does, which is a ton. Like, oh, just check this out. And 9 times out of 10, it's actually pretty catchy. Like, okay, I think we can use that. So I don't think anything's really changed. Just, just new members and new blood and reinvigorates everything. Yeah.
I think attitudes have changed. I think everybody's really happy to be here. I think that we're all just so happy together, and that fosters creativity. Definitely.
I mean, environment is everything, right? Like when you're dealing with a creative sort of situation, it's like a really, I'm gonna put my hand on your leg. It's a really intimate process, right, Josh?
Give him a second.
Like when you're like putting everything out there and like trying to create art with other people, like it can be like really personal and like really intimate.
Yeah.
And all that. Speaking of things being personal and intimate, what is the future of God Hates Unicorns subject matter going to entail? This is a question I've always been really curious about with you guys, because there is that fine line between like satire and like, solid commentary and then just like complete absurd. And is it going to like still just like wane in between all of that, or do you find yourselves leaning in one direction?
How do you know there's a line there? And how do you know where it is?
We have weird circles.
I mean, we're just going to push that more and more is what it is. And like, you guys all know what our new song's about.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever stop. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it.
About
like
freedom in America.
Yeah, and ghosts.
And lantern flies. And
Oh, yeah. No, I mean,
chillings.
I don't think there's ever a space that we're thinking about what should or shouldn't we do. It's more or less like what ideas we have. And if they're like absurd, they're absurd. If they're like toeing a line, they toe a line. If they're a personal song, they're a personal song.
Yeah. There's never an agenda for, I want to write a song about this. It's just, we start making music. These guys come up with these great lyrics, great subject matter, usually bizarre, and it's real fun. It's real fun. So to answer your question, I don't think it's going to waver between all those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find that it's like really interesting, and maybe I'm just way more self-critical than other people, but I'm always so like worried about like should I do this or should I not do that? I'm always like overthinking everything. And I wish I had a little bit more of like I'm just going to do whatever I want in me. Like I don't have that. That's like not in my DNA. And I don't know why.
We have that a little bit too. Like, I mean, like I always like worry. I don't want to be just we don't just want to be a comedy band.
No.
You know, it's we want to be
right.
Like,
you do run a risk of that.
Yeah.
Right?
We like, you don't want to be like Green Jello. We want to be like Butthole Surfers.
Sure.
You know, where you have that like comedy aspect of it or that satire, but not like be like, hey, this is our only shtick, because after that shtick runs out, you have nothing to stand on.
Yeah, that's why like whenever I'm like thinking or talking about you guys or describing it, I think like satire is a word that I prefer to use over comedy.
Yeah.
You know, but there is also like that way that it's perceived to people that just like don't know you, that might be watching you play some music festival and, you know, Jess is in like a tutu on top of you, punching you in the face. And it's like, okay, what is the social commentary? Or are we just having fun? We're just having fun.
I think it's creating a live show.
Yeah, totally.
Nobody wants to go watch somebody stand up there and sing a song. Like, I'm sorry. And I know we have a lot of great musician friends, but just if you want to elevate and have people remember, oh yeah, those people were fucking crazy. Like, you got to do some shit. So we'll definitely be working on more ways that I can hurt Joshua. It's a
stuff that you can't put on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
You know? But it's still just as good.
You clearly have talent. Clearly.
Yeah, just like something to make it fun, more engagement.
That doesn't sound very
And
fun.
yeah, and it's consensual, so I can't get in trouble.
I'm not consenting.
He states it after every show, after he gets his ass kicked. I didn't. You're all witnesses. I didn't consent to that.
Yeah. You can't have too
Haven't
much
been reported yet.
performance.
Has there ever been a situation for the band where like it's gone too far or somebody's like been upset about you guys playing?
Well,
I mean, I guess we wouldn't know if they were upset because they'd probably be a little crybaby and leave.
we had people complain about possibly being too loud, but we said that's too bad.
Oh, yeah. We had one show where, I don't want to talk about it, but they were a little concerned about our band because they looked up the band hours before we played their venue. But that's on them. But it turned out wonderful, and everybody had a great time. So, I mean, you might have like your one or two people, but at the end of the day, we're super fun and we're friendly and we engage everybody that's around, and we are just, we're there with a great message and a great time.
Yeah, I do think that a lot of it goes back to just being kind and being transparent with people and just being open and not being an asshole.
In the wrong way.
In the wrong way.
There are ways to do things the right way.
Why'd you look at me for that, Josh?
There's an art to being an asshole.
Yeah.
There is a true high art, and that's why we got these, right?
Don't forget.
These are our artistic
perfected our
asshole awards. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you could tell whenever someone's even being offensive or being, towing the line of, possibly triggering somebody, and then reading that person and seeing their intent. And their intent is not to trigger or to upset. It's more or less to poke fun at or have fun. And I think we do that pretty well as far as like not upsetting a lot of people, even though we have a lot of very upsetting lyrics and very upsetting stage shows and very upsetting this and that. But we toe the line because we're having fun. People know us. It's not a, offensive thing.
You can tell by looking at us that we're not up there to like offend or hurt anyone's feelings or
be taken seriously. Yeah.
that too. But I mean, either way, it's like, no, we don't look like we're up there trying to like look down on anybody else.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're humble people.
I mean, yeah, we're very humble people.
I got this right?
In case you didn't know.
that happened to win first place.
Yeah.
Just so happened to.
What's happened to?
I brought cookies for everybody.
Let's all look at it seductively.
Everybody just look at the
Quiet.
cookies.
Yeah. I'm full.
I'm not.
I want them out of the wrapping. Thank you, Chris. Undress those cookies for us, please. Thank you.
I already was eating them this morning.
It's like a Chips Ahoy strip show. Yeah. Just, what is
Like
this?
20.
There's like 3 in the package.
There's like
Yeah, he's like, this is actually empty.
He brought those from the superhero shoot I was on.
I must say, Chris does have the best snacks.
Real quick, I want to say those cookies, they sell a longer version and they're less good in the one that has
What is
more.
a
What does
longer
that
version?
mean?
cookies?
They're less
Yeah.
good. They're made different.
They're-
These ones that are in
it's
the
like
littler
a bigger-
package
it's
are
like
better.
a bigger case.
Yeah, you mean more in the package when you
Yeah,
say
ask my
longer?
mom. On Facebook. Yeah, send her.
I'm thinking of them as like stretched out.
That's what I'm like.
There's-
Long cookies.
What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that, like, with love and respect, Chris, you have really big cookies for breakfast energy.
Thanks.
That's the best compliment. Actually, I'm kind of jealous. That's really good.
You know, I know that I guess we'll do like a quick shout out real quick to like Black Lotus Pizza. Because I know that they did some sort of a food related item that was related to you guys. Was it like a hot sauce or something?
Yeah, the GHU's Heaven Sent sauce, which is Tim's idea on that name. They're so great.
Wing sauce.
Waiting, so, well, you can put it cookie. You can put it on other things.
Like a cookie.
But they'll make the wings for you with that sauce.
They will, and you can
yeah.
also get a side. Like I like to just go there and put everything like with the sauce. You can put it. You just eat it straight. Just lick it up. Anything you want to do. But those guys, they support the community in a way that no other shop does. Like they have, they
Meaty
support.
Snake Thistles, right? They have their own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaky Heat Missiles. A
Yep.
lot of local bands and like some Nameless. There's a lot of great people that they support. They have the local stuff there. They have their Herrenberg comics there. Like they're such a great community and they're such a great spot to like bring the community together and just the way that they uplift other people and support them. We should support them. Also, they're just delicious and fun, and you can
Go
put
eat
candy
there.
in there, but don't play with Josh because he cheats.
I didn't cheat.
Don't get wing sauce on the game boards.
There you go.
I won 3 in a row, fair and square.
Seems
So
unlikely.
if, hot sauce aside, I guess the question that I was going to ask was if God Hates Unicorns was a snack. Like, what would the first snack be? Let's say, like, you get real big. We're talking like New Kids on the Block type level shit. Like, you got action figures, you got breakfast cereals, you got snack foods.
I want a video game.
You want the God Hates Unicorns video game.
That's not a snack.
I want a unicorn shaped cotton candy flavored gusher.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Fruit
Can we
snacks,
make
1000%.
Yeah.
We can just make them.
But we got to get gushers to do it for us.
Okay.
Everybody will like it.
What if we sold that at our merch?
And it'll be the
booth?
number
Why do we have
one
to wait
fruit
to
snack.
get even
we
bigger.
we could just do it
Do it.
now.
Making bootlegs, fruit snacks.
They should have already made it by now.
I always find that like a lot of people do the hot sauce things. There's kind of like there's a gray area on like how legal it is to like manufacture hot sauce or not. I really don't know. I definitely don't think you can manufacture fruit snacks, but fuck the man. Who cares?
Well, I'll take that as a
Don't
challenge.
We're gonna-
I'll
we're
see you
gonna.
next show.
We'll just beep over this whole section.
Yeah.
It's an unregulated market, so I mean, yeah.
So I could have
And we won't disclose what the liquid inside the gusher is.
No. Blood.
We'll all know.
We'll know. Nobody else will.
So yeah, we're gushers.
Yep.
That's a really good fucking answer, to be completely honest. Good job, Chris. What other good ideas do you have in that head of yours?
Slap bracelets.
Yes. Yes. The metal ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to scratch and sniff them too, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Like, why did they never have that?
And the metal should come out immediately after you use it the first time.
Exactly.
The metal?
The metal.
Yeah,
You don't
know,
remember hearing
people
about why they
used to get,
stopped them?
Oh, you mean like it falls apart after you use it once?
people like would get cut with it, but that would be kind of like you would know your fan base. Do they have cut?
Right.
Do they have cuts all over their arms?
It's
All right.
like
We're not doing the slap bracelets.
It's cute, but slightly maybe dangerous. You might get hurt. But you're having a
Hey
good
guys, I'm your
time.
number one
Yeah.
fan. I didn't wear my slap bracelet, but I got the blood marks and the cut marks on my wrist to prove
It's
it.
a good merch metaphor
That I
for who
own
we are
one.
as people. I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the Gothic Jesus slap bracelets.
Yeah, and
There
we
go.
bow down to them,
We do have regular
not the other way
bracelets, though.
around.
We do.
It's not as
Actually,
dangerous.
Jess does other stuff than just be wonderful with us. She makes jewelry, and she did make us our own bracelets and necklaces, so you can have one that won't hurt you.
Yeah,
Right
they're
now.
soft. They're pony beads. It's real simple stuff.
Great.
But it fits right into our motif, I guess you want to say.
You know, I think that we're very cleverly and sneakily talking about a lot of things that are really important for bands. You know, like what is your band going to sound like? What is your band going to look like? How are you going to do merchandising? Like the gross word to use would be like the branding of the band. But like in 2023, the year of our Lord, it is almost impossible to not consider like the branding and the business aspects of things if you want to do things like win stupid awards, right?
Yes.
So my question is like in terms of the social media aspects or just the social aspects in general of this band, how comfortable or not comfortable is everybody with like being a public figure? I know that's kind of a heavy question, but
That's a good question.
I think it comes from the idea of like a lot of artists tending to be maybe a little more introverted to some degree, but then you start like making music and winning awards and things like that. Now people are looking at you. You're on a stage, people are looking at you, and then you get fans, and all of a sudden now you have expectations. People are expecting you to do things, and it's like, how do you process that in like your personal life?
It's an interesting dynamic because I really am an introverted person, which no one would believe. If you know me, I run our social media. I run a lot of social media. If you log on to Facebook, you probably just see me at this point. And all my shit that I'm just like, wah, wah. Now it's kind of like, hey, this is cool. What's going to be better? And it's an endless cycle of that. And it's not so much feeling like, any kind of public figure, but it's like this trauma response of, hey, you did a good job. Do it better next time. And it's endless. And it's kind of stressful in a lot of ways, but it's also really fun and challenging. And I've learned a lot. And that's kind of one of the things that you can do. You want an award. But it's a really interesting dynamic. It's definitely something I think about a lot, and I don't know what the answer is. I just am
What was the
full of
question?
emotions.
So the question again, Chris. It was one of these like very long 10 questions in one things that I tend to do because I'm a terrible podcast host.
It's cool.
I think what I was asking is just juggling the concept of the life of being like a faux or real, if you're Josh Rockstar, right? Where, I'm on stage, people are looking at me, I'm the guy, I'm the shit, I'm playing guitar, I'm in your face, I'm putting on a good show, versus like your personal life where maybe it might not be like that, like just kind of like chill, I keep to myself type of person, How do you balance those types of things? Or do you not think about it at all? Some people don't.
That is a good question. I don't really think about it a whole lot, but whenever I do think about it, I try to not think about it.
That's
Is what it is.
Yeah, I think there's a level
Because
of
it's
cognitive
a whole
dissonance.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing that you can psych yourself out about. Is what it is. A while back, like a year ago or like 2 years ago, I went through like a lot of really bad shit, and then I just decided, you know what? I have 23 guitars. I'm gonna just make a smart house, start calling it Guitar Mountain, and everybody else can fucking deal with it. And that's what it is. And I didn't expect anyone else to accept it at all. I just went, this is what's going to be cool for my life. And it's going to be how I, pick up the pieces from where I was. And then just continue on from there. And then that's what I tell people. They're like, where do you live? I say, Guitar Mountain. I'm the king of it. And they're like, what? And I'm like, here. And they're just like, oh, I guess that's how it is. Cause he told me. And it's all in how you portray yourself, but you got to be honest about it too. Like there's a little bit of like screwiness going on up here with all that, but like, it's cool. Like come over, play all my guitars, bring an amp. And that's what we'll do. We'll make a podcast out of it. But until someone comes over and does that, it just ain't gonna happen because I got God Hates Unicorn songs to write.
Yeah.
Because that's like the main thing is what it is.
Yeah, I think that, some people are better than others at just like maintaining a healthy balance between like
That's us.
The-
We're better than others.
the business stuff and the social stuff and how it leaks into your personal life. Some people, it's very overwhelming. Some people, they let it get to their heads.
Let's go
some
full
peop-
tilt. Just go full tilt.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
letting it go to your head. It's like, this is sweet, but like it's not gonna write the next song for me. Like and to say about you, like, oh, I haven't played in a band in like 7 years and stuff. Like the direction of the band is going in such an interesting way now because I know that I can bring anything now. Like I'm making stuff that's like serious. Like it's not just basic punk riff type of stuff all the time. Like there'll be like really intricate, like harmonic minor stuff going on. Like we're really getting intense on like what the key and what the scale and what the root and what the harmonies of the things are and everything. And like, it's great. So we don't really think too much. It comes down to which one of my guitars has the newest strings on it. Where are we playing? Am I going to dress up as Voodoo Cowboy or Space Jesus today? And like, that's where it like ends. Like, cause otherwise you got to be in tune. You got to, you got to have your stuff set right. And that's what's number one
I
for
think
sure.
Compartmentalization.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm thinking like, well, this is great that I'm the best here. Am I the best at work? Am I the best mom ever? And all of those, I have the same urgency.
Yes.
And it would be really nice if I could just relax a little bit. But it is. It's just like, just you're doing one thing. This is what you're doing now. And then you're doing the other thing. And sometimes it bleeds over. Like, hey, look, I won an award. And then it's like, oh, I don't care about that. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I guess we're going to play Pokemon again then. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Bass Jess, with you being out of a band for so long, what has this been like for you? Like bringing this back into your life and, maybe telling people about it, sharing it with your own social circles outside of the band?
Oh, it's so fun. So funny thing about me, I've been like a full tilt weirdo my whole life. Like I come from a background, and Jess knows this very personally because she was with me through some of my most formative years. Like I grew up in a family with an art base. My mom was a bassist. I'm a multi-generational working bassist, if you will. She did that for 15, 20 years back when that was like, a trait skill to have. So I had that background to build off of, and it's always just kind of been in the ether of my life. And then I tattoo for a living, and I've been surviving that way since I was 22, and I'm 37 now. But like Jess was saying, like, yeah, like you have kids, you have family, you have all this stuff. I've never applied for awards or ever. I was just telling them right before we started this podcast, I don't think I've won an award for shit in my life, mostly because of that self-critical lens you throw yourself under. And I kind of live and exist in a state of cognitive dissonance. I think I'm like, I look weird. I clearly act super weird. But when I'm in public, I just think I have this cloak of invisibility. Like no one can see what I'm doing. And then when someone acknowledges it, you're like, what? Like, who am I? Like, what is this? But it's fun. I think they all kind of battery each other. Like there's been this beautiful like balance in my life since I've been playing with them. I feel like my life's taken off in ways that like, I never thought I'd be doing this again after having like twins, living through a pandemic, tattooing, like everything, my life, pretty much all of our lives kind of hit some sort of weird ass wall in the last couple years. And this is like the most like ridiculous pipe dream come true, actually. Is like, if you told me when I was 22 playing in bands and like living my life and going crazy, like after all this shit burns down in your life, when you're almost 40, you're going to hit your pinnacle doing this kind of stuff and maybe go further. Who knows? But I would say, no, that's impossible. Fuck you. That's not real. So I think a lot of it's just, you have to take ownership of it. Like, yeah, this is who I am. And that's pretty cool. And I don't know, and love it. Just really enjoy and savor that you're an artist and you have that capacity. Be as loud and as big as you want to be. It's great. I think
That
that's
was
all
a
I have
beautiful
for that.
answer.
Thank you. Thank you for asking that question.
And you win a car, and you win a car.
You get a car.
Look under your seats.
Jess, you do seem to do, old Jess, to clarify, you do seem to do a really good job at just like keeping the band in people's attention, like
Thank you.
posting things, making people aware of what's happening.
That means a
It's
lot.
it's not easy to do, and it's not like you don't have fucking anything else going on, right? Mm-hmm. You're a mom, you got a full-time job, you have like, you know, a bunch of people you have to babysit that
Yeah.
you're in a band with. But you still find time to make all of this stuff happen. And the thing that blows my mind is like, you know, this is going to be like a compliment and me talking shit on a lot of other people in the sense that like there are people that don't do like a tenth of the things you do, but they can't even do like a fraction of the same thing for their band.
Aw.
And like, I think it really just comes down to like, it just shows like how much of a shit like you do give and how much everyone in the band does really care about like making this work.
That's
like,
important.
You know,
Yeah.
even if you could be an asshole and look at me all goofy like that, I know that you really fucking give a shit about this band.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And it's like-
and Jess's
Awesome.
work with everything she does is nothing but amazing. And like you said, like, and those bands will always bitch about, we're not getting seen. We're not getting this and that. Well, what work have you put in? Not saying I put any work because she does everything. But saying that, like, you know, you're not getting anything, well, post something, do something, you know, or have someone in your band who wants to do something.
yeah.
Like, do one of the above. Don't just cry about, oh, I don't have any exposure. No one's looking at me. Well, fucking be looked at then.
By the way, we do have to take photos after this.
Yes.
Can we
Spin it.
take photos during it too?
Yeah,
I'll take your
take
picture
photos.
right now. Look out.
You got your phone.
Brian, I want to add to that is something you said earlier. It's connected to it, like the like pigeonholedness of like being in a metal band. Like sometimes you find yourself going like, all right, we have a new this or we have a new that, but like, is anyone gonna give a shit if we like tell them about it? And you're like kind of like questioning that, but as hard as it is to come up with ways to like unveil that to the world, it makes it, I think, a lot easier to do it when there's like a video of blow up unicorns butt humping each other, like at Millville Music Festival or whatever it is. Like it makes it, because otherwise, like it becomes just like, I don't know, guys in black outfits where you're just like, I don't know, what are we
Yeah,
doing here?
it's just like-
and like it, yeah. So it's still hard to like get the momentum to, or the like, I don't know, the motivation. Like, you know what I'm talking about, Jess? Where like you set out to like do a thing and you're like, I'm going to make this post or whatever. I'm going to tell them about this new song, whatever it is. And depending on like how excited you are about it, it makes it easier or more difficult to like word it the right way or make it to like unveil it the right way. It's going to fly, you know? And sometimes, a lot of times, more often than not, it'll sink because of like algorithm reasons too. But with having just everything else that we have going on, it makes it more attention grabbing, I think.
It's really, really hard. And this is just going back to that conversation of like, God Hates Unicorns, you guys take yourself seriously as a band in terms of, you know, you write songs, you practice, you show up on time, you book things, you make it happen, like all the stuff that a band should do. Now, there is a level of sometimes, again, satirical or like fun things in the promotional materials or in the photos or in the live show, right? But at the core, like you're still a serious band.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like a band like Grey Walker, which, you know, is, scary metal band. Like, but we're like a bunch of goofballs.
Who's this now?
And we're just like a metal band in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you're in the band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you
cool.
really in it though, or you just trying to make it seem like you are to us?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just,
Okay.
this whole podcast is a total sham.
Okay.
I'm really just trying to be accepted.
I'll accept you.
But, you know, like we're, you know, we take everything seriously, but like we're goofy guys and like we're operating in a musical space where like it's not always okay to be goofy.
Yep.
But it's weird because it's like we do goofy shit and it works. It's like we don't even try. It's like we can post the funniest thing that ever fucking happened in regards to like social media promotions for like my fucking band is one time, you know, we post things like, check out our music video, something, you know, we spent fucking weeks putting together. Check out this album, all this stuff. That's fine. One day we just posted a picture of literally a gray like walker.
Yeah.
With no comment, no nothing,
I remember that.
just that.
I remember that.
And it got like 300 likes on Facebook.
Do you have t-shirts?
And it wasn't
of that?
on like,
I want
and it
one.
wasn't even on like April Fool's Day or nothing.
No,
it was
we
just
did
a
it. It
random
just happened.
day.
Just did it. So it's like, okay, it's like, it made me think like, okay, is the algorithm really a thing? Or is it just the fact that like there really isn't anything special about continuing to tell people that, oh, here's a music video, here's a song, here's a show. Like people want to, like some mind, like not necessarily
Frequency.
mindless, but they want to be able to like disconnect and have fun, and they want like a human element, you know? And it's just like we can't do shit like that all the time, and you can't fabricate it. But it just goes to show that like just be a little loose and
But
like
I know you guys, like every single one of you on a personal level. I respect all of you on a personal level and on a musical level. Every single one of you guys. I know you guys' sense of humor on a personal level too. So whenever I see something like that and I think about all the other people that know you and that I know you, I know why that works good. And you got to wonder, like, is that going to work beyond our friend group?
That's
Or is that going to, or are we, do we emanate that from ourselves enough that it isn't just Chris and his friends and the God Hates Unicorns guys and all the other local bands that we're friends with and the people in our circle? Does it go beyond that? And I think parts of you guys do. Like, I think it wouldn't just fall short or like stop short past that. Like, you know, is why something like that I think worked for you.
yeah, it's
You
just,
know, but it's a gamble every time. You're just playing
Yeah.
the freaking Facebook lottery or whatever it is, and you're just going like, I hope people think this is funny, or, you know, I hope this catches people's attention. But
Yeah.
it's more about who you are as a person and who the people combined together are as a group. And I think you guys do a good job of portraying that and letting that come across.
thanks.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Brian.
Oh, totally.
How do you find the time to do everything you do? Dude, you're doing shit constantly, and I'm always odd. I'm like on Facebook, like, holy shit, he's here, he's DJing, going.
I know. Me and him have both have the same answer. We don't have kids.
Sure, that's one thing.
But still, it's a lot.
But-
You do a lot.
But
You do a lot.
all my time still gets vortexed away too.
You know, it's really just a matter of genuinely wanting to do the things that I do. Like if you really want to do something, you can make it happen and you'll find the time. So it's a combination of me really just wanting to do everything that I do and a lot of very meticulous scheduling. This podcast, for example, like we're recording this in September. This isn't going to come out until November.
What?
And it's just like, yeah,
Damn it.
I'm sorry, Chris.
No.
So we can't talk about this till November. You're telling me?
You can talk about it all you want.
So
but
I guess
We
this,
can't
is,
already
this is
have
old
pictures.
news.
yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
schedule. Like the schedule, you know, people, you know, I have the schedule released.
We won
but-
this 2 months ago.
Such old news.
We probably won better shit since then.
We've had 20 more awards.
God
since
damn.
then.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you were supposed to like
Yeah.
introduce us as a multi-award winning God Hates Unicorns.
Can we start this podcast
Yeah, we'll have
over?
to start it all over.
Push
we
the
didn't get
rewind.
properly introduced.
More sound effects, please. Thank you.
So,
No, but I give you props. 'Cause
That- I mean,
you do a ton
well,
of shit, man.
yeah, I mean, it's
I'm
really
very
just,
impressed
it's
by
a lot
it.
of scheduling. And most of the time when like people will like see stuff, it's like, wow, there's a lot happening. It's just like, I'm always doing stuff like months in advance. And so it's,
Yeah.
my schedule's like, I mean, it's hectic, but it's not as crazy as like the release of it seems. Because there might be things where it's like, oh, Grey Walker's been working on this song for weeks, and I recorded this podcast 2 months ago, and I recorded this solo song 4 months ago. But you might see me put all of them out in the same week,
Right.
even though it wasn't. That's not.
That's
like
not how it,
went.
yeah, that's not how
so-
it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the way that it goes.
Yeah.
Because you got to always be posting stuff.
Got to be relevant.
Yeah, go with
Gotta
the
be
I
momentum
have
that
one
you
of those
have.
fucking I don't know if either of you, Jess, you might want to look into this, like one of those like social media planning apps where you can like
Ooh.
log into everything and schedule posts for all of your accounts.
I want to, but I feel like the way I work, it's just like the inspiration.
Sure.
And I have to do it right now.
Totally.
But I would love to do that. And that's one of the big reasons why the podcast was so challenging, was because I would just be like, now I have to do it right now. But I will look into that. Maybe I can turn over a new leaf.
Well, the only reason that I'm bringing that up is because like me as an individual, when I signed up for that account, you can attach everything to it. And then I suddenly realized that I am managing 25 social media accounts.
Holy shit.
And I wonder why I feel like a psychopath.
Yeah, how are you? I'm worried about you.
You know, that's like, it's so much. But it's like, if you do,
It hurts my brain to think
it's
about
like, if you do something, it's like, I can't just have a Facebook. I can't just have an Instagram.
Yeah.
You got to have all of it. And then if you do multiple things, well, times all of those things by that, you know, times the 5 things that I do, times the 5,000 fucking social media apps. And then it's,
It's
What
like
are they
25
called?
separate realities we have to live in and
What's
dimensions.
the
It's
service
humanity.
called?
it's called like Hootsuite or
That's
Hoots.
yeah.
Well, my
When I
problem-
worked at 80s Tees, we used Hootsuite for posting shirts on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube and all that and everything.
Does it convert the things? Because I need to tag certain things on
Sometimes it
Instagram,
doesn't.
and I need to add links on Facebook, and it's just
Yeah,
the
you
whole
could do
thing.
everything individually.
Okay.
The only downside to it is that it's a little expensive.
Oh,
in my personal
I'm
opinion.
not going to be spending any money. So there goes that idea.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We're talking about social media before, and as the youngest member of the band, it's really weird to be.
True.
Youngest and cutest member of the band.
I mean, that was already
famous.
like they're watching this, they know this. But as the youngest member, it's still being my age. It's weird being on like social media and be like, I should post something. And I'm like, no one cares. I'll just call somebody, or I'll just text somebody, or I'll just go to the bar and meet a friend. When it's like, you know, but it's so much merit in it, and that's why I give Jess so much credit for how the work she does for the band, for you know, for her modeling brand, and everything she does is top notch. It's top shelf all the way around.
Thank you. That's really nice. I'm
Yeah,
not
and you
embarrassed.
started the social media like soon as you joined the band.
Yeah.
She just grabbed a hold of it. We're like, holy shit. Like, we were really dropping the ball on this, and she's really, really good at it. Yeah.
Like,
It threw me a fucking way real quick.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. Josh, get the fuck out of here.
I like to feel like I'm in control of something.
No, but that is the one, you know, aspect of you know, the band that's like was, you know, much needed was our visual, you know,
Representation.
And not to mention, obviously, like what's more important is what she brings creatively and the music and stuff. But
Stop! Guys, I'm gonna cry.
Do
but, you
it,
know, that was
cry.
definitely like one of the things that was like immediate before like we were even writing together. It was just like, oh shit, this is already a valuable member of the team. You know, you know. So just again, I'm young, but I'm not that young. I'm like
Just a little baby.
Everyone here is older than me by about a year or more.
Until you made him laugh, he was looking at you like he was ready to just cry the happiest tears ever.
It's a hard thing though, because you know internet's a young man's game, and I'm old, but you know
But you're still just a little baby trying
I'm
to
still just a little baby in this band.
big
Like
world.
I'm like a little baby
Get
bird.
there one day.
What's your new name, Baby Josh? That's
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, maybe
Whatever
Just a
happened to
baby.
baby Josh?
what happened to Baby Josh.
That's good.
I'm like that baby bird movie with what's her face from Roseanne,
Darlene.
Jackie.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't
baby
she in
bird.
that?
That was the sister, yeah.
Oh no, that was Lady Bird.
I don't know what the hell you're talking
That
about.
was Lady
you
Bird.
lost
No
me.
idea, man.
I've never actually seen it, but I've heard about it. I know Jackie from Roseanne's in it.
And we like it, don't we?
Yeah, as long as it wasn't Roseanne.
I'm more of a Darlene, but you know.
The end of 2023 is quickly upon us. You're winning awards. You're writing songs. You're getting ready for the new year.
We got new people for now, and then we'll get newer ones.
When we get old, they're just
we'll see how this works.
I'm staying even if you leave.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Can they hear me in
next.
their headphones?
Yeah, they can.
I was aware what was
we're
going on.
not getting newer people. They'll
I
be
knew it was
with us
joining.
till we die. No, it's been wonderful, and like, yeah, we're have some new releases for you early next year, and probably touring.
Where are we going in December?
Oh yeah. Well, it was a goal, but it's not.
No, it's booked.
It's
oh,
booked,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing
okay.
that.
The tour is in next year.
Yeah, no.
The tour is until next year.
Yeah, the studio
It's-
is in December.
Yeah.
Maybe a music video. We don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we're doing music
Yeah,
videos.
we
January.
Wanna be in one.
That's what I was thinking.
Sure.
About.
Okay,
Yay.
well we'll see. We'll think.
So I was like, is it I didn't want to say anything. Be like, no, we're not doing that.
Oh, I was like,
Just
wait a minute.
lying,
I
yeah.
think that we are going to do.
Are you
There's
cool
the recording. Yes. That's
Are you
we're making a ghost
on
porn.
camera?
Yeah, we're making ghost porn.
Yeah. Oh. Because if you are, you can be in it, and if you're not, you can't.
Let me think.
Decide now.
Decide now.
There'll be sheets.
You have 30 seconds.
Some fountain barriers.
Sheets.
Barriers.
Oh, they'll touch you through a hole in the. Never mind.
Thank you. No,
Thank you and good night.
Perfect.
No, seriously. I mean, has been a really, really fun time. I know that sometimes it could be a little weird to navigate a conversation with so many fucking people in the room at the same time, but you all did a lovely job. Good job. Round of applause.
And you did a good job.
Good job. We also won an award for that.
Well, we had to brief everybody before coming here, like not to talk over me and Jess.
No.
Or there'll be harsh consequences.
Well, I mean,
that was definitely a main.
I
main
also-
thing.
Josh was saying a thing that I don't really give a shit about. What?
But see,
What are you
but he
saying?
still waited till I was done talking. See how that works?
Yeah.
What Josh was
God.
fucking saying. I'm the coolest.
I did record
I play
everybody
guitar.
on their own
Fuck
channels,
with it.
so we can completely omit people from this if we
Oh,
need
good.
to.
Ooh, can I like voice over everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
We
I'm
can
gonna do
actually
that.
we can like
Oh, you're
change
gonna
the pitch
overdub
of
me.
everyone's voices.
Oh, that'd be great.
Can you please? You just specifically request that.
Yeah, totally. What do you want to sound like?
Oh man, I want to sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like I did helium the whole time. That or a Bostonian accent. Fran Drescher and or Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay.
How about
That's-
both?
Can you
That's
do
quite the
both?
yin and yang.
It really is, but I also
Do you feel like that's like a yin and yang of you
yes, I am a
personally?
yin yang, and
Of-
yes,
of-
if anybody knows me, I'm very much a fan of that
Half
symbol.
chipmunk, half dresser.
I mean,
Alvin Drescher.
I do snap into that character, that offensive character when I get to a certain level, which I'm not nearly at yet. But yeah, and if
Keep
you give me
'em
some
coming.
Virginia Slims, in a tight dress, it'll get ugly fast.
I think whenever I talk, you need this thing where like the green comes down the front of the screen and it like says Chris Translator helmet enabled, and like and then somebody overdubs whatever they thought I was trying to talk about, and it could be whatever, and it'll still be good.
So you're a robot. I'm Fran Drescher / Chipmunk.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk over
As
them.
deep as humanly possible.
I love that. That's such a good
Like
drummer voice. It's such a good-
peanut. Wah, 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 wah,
Oh yeah.
wah, wah, wah.
Hey.
Yep. I'll take that.
Or every time I talk, just like overdub it with cookie crunching.
Josh has an incredibly seductive like lady voice on top, like hello.
Hello, Clarice.
No, what I'm saying is I'm just gonna do the overdubs.
Yeah, no, we get it.
yeah,
we're
we get it.
hearing
Yep.
we're hearing your
Okay.
words.
So Brian's going to say, bass Jess, answer this question, and we're going to hear your voice.
Yes.
Yeah, oh my
Josh
goodness.
is the best person ever.
He's so great.
I'm so happy to ever met him.
Well, this has certainly been a podcast.
It has been.
It has.
Has it, it's the best podcast. In fact, you could say we deserve an award for it.
Best podcast guest.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the 2023 Best Start the Beat podcast guest goes out to drum roll. Chris.
Yay!
No, but seriously, this has been a blast.
Yeah.
Thank you all for taking the time today to chat,
thanks for
share,
having us.
be a little bit insightful, Sorry if I'm painting a more humanized picture of God Hates Unicorns. But you're just gonna have to deal with that.
Highly difficult.
Because I know you all as people to some degree. I don't really know you all that. I don't know. We just shook hands today. But you know what I mean.
It's going to cause me
I
to
know
go
what the fuck
home
your
and
band's
forcefully
about.
cry into my pillow.
And I think it's important to show all sides, the yin and yang.
The yin and yang.
Absolutely.
Inside and out.
The insides are coming.
They're coming.
That's the next podcast.
Pornhub.com/start the beat.
It's fucking Unicorn Hub.
See you next week.
But yes, and that is all, folks. Thanks so much for being here. Once again, God Hates Unicorns. I'll be
he
back
does.
again. Actually, I won't be back again next week. This is the end of the fucking season, baby. Yeah. No more uploading episodes for a couple weeks. Taking some time off. I think this is uploading around Thanksgiving. So if you're somebody that's into, celebrating the year with your friends or however you engage with, these bullshit holidays, whatever. Make it. I'm turning off the fucking music. I can't talk with that fucking thing on. I hope you have a good holiday, however you choose to fucking celebrate it. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
I've never had somebody else push my button before.
Violated.
That's okay. I liked it. That was
Wants
nice.
you to do
I
it
gave you a
again.
clap.
Anyways, I'll be back at some point in time. Thank you all for watching all of these episodes. Thank you so much to God Hates Unicorns for being on. Be sure to check them out. Follow them. Apparently, you can just go to YouTube and type in God Hates Unicorns and you'll find something. Or Instagram or Facebook or whatever other social media you prefer.
Christian
I guess.
Mingle.
What?
Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle. Perfect. My name is Brian. Brian. That's my name. Brian. Not Sykes. No, I'm
Can we
joking.
do a cheers?
It's all the same. Yeah, let's do a cheers.
And a 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. And
Yay.
it's a cinnamon is Gatorade. Bing, bong, bing. Cheers.
Well, thank you all for being here.
you for having
Until next time, everyone, take care of yourselves, take care of the people around you, and peace.